questions for Buster and Logan? Susan?
Logan, first of all, how would you describe kind of the feeling as you take the mound for your first playoff game, and what was sort of your plan of attack? Because you used your changeup a lot more than you had been certainly since early in the season.
There was definitely some nerves that first inning. I think throwing more changeups. I feel like that's just kind of the way the game was going, and Buster saw that it was probably the best pitch I was throwing today, and he just kept going to it, and worked out.
Buster, it had been a while since you'd hit a postseason home run, and a while for the postseason. Nervousness coming into it, and can you take me through that at bat?
Yeah, I mean, like Logan said, there's definitely butterflies, but I think those can be helpful. Kind of heighten your focus, and Buehler's tough. He doesn't give you a lot to hit sometimes, and fortunately, there got a pitch I could handle and got the barrel on it, and the dang column kept me from a splash hit.
And to follow up also, this year, you've swung at more 3-0 pitches than at any point in your career. It's way up there. How freeing is it to be that aggressive in the batter's box?
Yeah, I think it's just, on the attack from pitch one, trying to get something that you can drive, and not necessarily letting the count dictate that approach.
Andy?
Buster, getting back to Logan and his changeup, I mean, we talked about that pitch a lot in spring training, but just how rare is it for someone who's basically been, two-seam slider and very successful to have that pitch in your back pocket and bring it out in a moment like this?
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 pitches that are elite, and so it's definitely a luxury on my end to kind of pick and choose depending on the game and the lineup that we have, and the action that I'm seeing on his pitches, to which one we want to lean on more. Sometimes it's going to be more of an even mix, and today we saw the changeup was used more, but he's got the ability to get guys out in a lot of different ways, and it's a recipe for success, that's for sure.
Okay, Ken?
Buster, not asking you to compare, but this franchise has had a lot of great pitching performances in the last 5-7 years, and you've caught a lot of them. In your mind, do you flash to some of those, or do you think Logan was comparable to some of those?
Yeah, I actually thought it felt a little bit like Lincecum's against the Braves in 10. I think Timmy ended up 9 shutty that, but I think Logan had the potential to do that tonight. If he stays out there, but it was a great performance. As he mentioned, I think what's impressive to me is him being able to control the extra energy and nerves, not only in this game but the last game of the season, and has really taken it up a notch.
Stephanie?
Buster, were your kids here tonight, and have you been able to see them yet? And are they now, the older two at least, old enough to kind of understand, to really enjoy what's happening here?
Yeah, they're able to enjoy it, and I have not seen them yet, but they enjoy it. I mean, I'm still just boring dad to them, but they enjoy it.
Does it mean more to you to be doing? I mean, the last postseasons they were so much younger. Does it mean more to you to do it now that they can, really be proud of you?
I don't know. I mean, again, I think they see me as they're not. I think they're proud of me because they know that I care about them and their mom, not necessarily what I do on the baseball field.
Hey, Logan, you had quite a few balls hit you today that you had to kind of work through, but the one that hit you on the heel and you picked it up through the first, allowed you to get out of that first inning. Just how valuable was that to get out of that inning unscathed and kind of allow you to settle in and set the tone for the rest of your evening?
I think that was huge. The first thing I did is I asked Craw and Tommy if anyone was going to get it, and they were like, no. So, luckily I hit my shoe. But yeah, it was definitely huge. I think, that type of lineup to put up a 0 in the first is very important.
Back on the left.
Yeah, Logan, how did your mindset change when you realized that you could use their aggressiveness against them, and maybe you didn't necessarily have to throw strikes to get outs?
I mean, I feel like the game plan really never changed. It's attack the guys. I mean, they don't chase. It's just like us. We don't chase. It's very similar when you attack early. I feel like you start to get more chase at the end, and it's kind of just how the game went today. And I think we talked about it a little bit, but get those guys to kind of be swinging early and by attacking the zone, and thankfully it worked out.
Susan.
Logan, you've seen Crawford make a lot of really great plays behind you all year. How would you describe the double play with Listel and Crawford?
That was pretty sick. That was awesome. I was screaming and yelling. I think everyone was screaming and yelling, but it's a special play.
Okay, in the back on the left, far left.
Buster, what point in the game did you realize that the slider and the changeup combo was basically the way to keep them off balance the rest of the game, and could you sense their frustration at the plate?
I don't know. I mean, I think you're constantly aware that you may need to adjust one way or another. You're just kind of reading swings, kind of feeling the rhythm and the pace of the game, and as I think Logan's mentioned, it's the game. A lot of times will dictate what pitches you're going to throw, and so tonight was just an example of that.
Over here on the right, I'm going to give it to Scott.
Logan, before tonight, when was the last postseason game or tournament game you were involved in? Minor leagues, high school football quarterback?
When was it? What was that?
The last postseason, or like playoff or tournament game you were involved in before tonight?
2015 in short season, Salem.
Were there any I mean, obviously it's a bigger stage here. Were there any emotions at all you drew on, or that even seemed familiar from then going into tonight?
It was a lot different, for sure. Just a little bit different, but that was a long time ago.
Janie, far left in the front.
Buster, you mentioned butterflies being a good thing to heighten focus. We've heard Gabe talk about that the last few days, adrenaline, nerves. Dave Roberts said as a player that Gabe would take his gum level up a notch, chomping more gum, and I saw a little bit of that, bubbles and a lot of gum. What would you say about how Gabe deals with nerves and butterflies?
I mean, I think he's pretty level from what we can tell, and I think it's been a big strength of his all year is staying level, and I think guys have fed off of that.
Andy, over here on the right.
Logan, sorry, this may be a little awkward because he's sitting right next to you, but what does Buster Posey mean to you as a teammate in person?
Give a good answer.
He's a special person, not just on the field but off the field as well. For on the field, it gives you confidence when you got someone like him back there, and just I don't know how many times I shook today, but it's when he puts a sign down, and sometimes he gives it a little extra too, like let's throw this pitch. I'll say, all right, let's go. Like, just gives you more confidence, and being able to talk to him off the field as well, just about life and everything. Like, I'm very lucky for sure.
Over here, Ken, on the right.
You did have a lot of balls coming back to you. You had the one in the fourth inning that Kapler mentioned that, you had the bobble with it, and maybe in the past that might have been something that got to you a little bit and might have reacted. And this time he could see that you put it past you. Did you feel that, like, hey, this is something I got to get past? It's no big deal. Was that something that tangibly went through your mind?
I mean, I was still pretty pissed. I don't know if you saw the video. I might have said something to myself. But, yeah, I don't know if it's something that's changed. It's just I feel like it's become more comfortable as I've thrown more innings. So I was still pretty mad, for sure.
We'll take a few more. Just one in the back there on the left, far left.
Yeah, Logan, how special was it? You closed out the season, game 162. I think you said it was the best day of your life, and then you were able to win this game. 2 wins in less than a week. How special is that to have those kinds of games?
It's really cool. I feel like I keep saying this, but like you kind of dream of these moments growing up as a player, and just be able to be a part of it and do it is something that's special for sure.
Okay, straight back here, Red.
Logan, your release points in August, September, now October, some of the lowest of your career. Is that conscious, or is it just the pitches are feeling good and that's how they're coming out?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.